So in a minute, you're going to thank your higher self and this 5-year-old part for communicating, and you're going to take yourself out of the tub and towel off in front of the mirror. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror. Look at your body, look at your size, your shape, look at your skin and your youthfulness. And what are you going to say to yourself as you look at yourself in the mirror? How are you going to feel about being Paula? What comes to mind? What goes on when you experience looking at yourself in the mirror now?
It's more associated with a sense of peace or calm.
Mm-hmm. Where do you feel that in your body? That peace and calm.
Well, it's in my head. It just feels a lot lighter.
Okay, a little lighter, a little more space and peace and calm in your head. Think of some way you can anchor this in for yourself, either with a movement or an image, or maybe just the words that are connected to that peace and calm. Maybe just focusing in on the body sensation. Some way you can anchor that in for yourself. And tell me what your anchor is after you have it.
I think the anchor can be looking in the mirror.
The anchor can be what?
Looking in the mirror.
Okay. Looking in the mirror can be your anchor.
I have there's words. I think it's the whole experience now.
Okay, now we're going to take that experience of looking into the mirror and seeing yourself and translate it into looking at the man that you're dating right now, that you were saying you were feeling critical of at times. So bring that same sense of peace and ease and calmness into the awareness of looking out of your eyes at him. Seeing him for who he is. And what's that like for you now?
It's better. Much better.
Okay, think of someone that you think is not very attractive. They either look too old or too heavy or something that you would be critical about normally. Bring that person into mind. That in the past, that 5-year-old would have been pointing her finger at that person as well. And just look out of your new eyes at this person. Seeing this person for who this person is. And bringing that same sense of that anchored calmness and spaciousness in your head. Seeing out of those eyes. What's that like?
I'm able to see people for who they are and their qualities and what they're, just who they are and not what they look like.
Okay, how does that feel?
It feels much better.
Okay, so anchor that in. That you can see with the eyes of reality of who this person is for their qualities, not just what they look like. See from that spaciousness, that calmness. Now, every time you practice doing this and bringing up this anchor, it becomes easier and easier to be present with what is, being accepting of what is, without the finger pointing and the judgment. And that part of you that in the past was so on edge about pointing the finger is going to lighten up and be more childlike, the way she was before her birthday party. She has more freedom just to play and be and experience freely. That she's been given a new job, and the new job is to be childlike and 5 years old. To have some fun. And that you no longer need that protection. You're no longer being yelled at. That you have the freedom to live your life the way you want to live it. And more energy to live it from. Now, before we bring this hypnosis to closure, ask your higher self if there's anything more you need in this process today to feel complete for now.
I would like to, it was coming up and I found myself doing a dialogue was, however it's related to any health things that are going on now with food allergies, however I've created that, I'd like my unconscious to know kind of the map so I can dissolve that too.
Okay.
Like how it's affecting my hormones or thyroid or the food allergies.
Okay.
Because I think I created all that.
So what do you need to know or do today to support that? That map.
Just a command. Just however I created it consciously or unconsciously, that I can let that all go too.
Okay. So, higher self has made this suggestion to your unconscious that however or whyever you have created these issues with food allergies, you no longer need to hold those in place. That those concepts, beliefs, patterns can dissolve along with the dissolving of that critical voice. That you can let those patterns go. They are no longer relevant or needed in any way. And every time you get into your bubble bath, those patterns are washed clean.
That'd be great. I do it twice a day.
They go down the drain. You do a lot of bubble baths?
Well, it's cold. I live in the sunset. It's cold. So I take a bubble bath to warm up, to get warm.
Good. Mm-hmm. So every time you get in your bubble bath, whether it's in an inner way or in an outer way, all that wonderful warm water is going to just dissolve and wash away any of those old beliefs or old patterns that in any way inhibit your freedom to be with what is. And they go down the drain, washed away. You are cleansed physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually from any old limiting patterns. You are free to be present in the reality of what is and appreciate all the qualities of yourself and others, not only for how they look, but for who they are. With more freedom and ease to accept what is. And you have your anchor and your bubble bath as a way to completely reinforce these new ways of being with yourself and others. And you look forward to more space in your life and more time to enjoy it. So when you feel ready, let me know, and I'll support you in coming back.
Okay.
Thanking your higher self and that 5-year-old part that is in the process of having her childhood come back to her. You can slowly bring yourself back by opening your eyes, coming fully back present in the room here and now.
It's so interesting how the part was over here, but at the end it was over here, which is where I have a more positive voice. But it was being cradled.
How lovely.
Yeah, and when I left the part, it was just like dozing off.
She needs a break. She must be pretty tired.
I'd say.